The new season of One Punch Man is out, and it's seriously bad. To no one's surprise, actually. One Punch Man is written and illustrated by One, but we will all pretend we don't know about that part, so as far as we are concerned, it is written by One, but illustrated by the incredibly talented Yusuke Murata. But, let's be honest here, no one needs to hear all of that. Ever since it bursts on scenes, everyone and their mama knows about One Punch Man, or at least they would've, if it didn't take half a decade for a new season to come out, and for each season, the animation quality to drop more and more. And also a pet peeve of mine, but not exactly, can we stop recycling this animation? It was good at the first time, iconic even, but every passing season, every single time, these keep doing the same thing over and over again. My question is, why? One Punch Man is one of the most iconic, quote-unquote, new-gen series out there, with a fabulous manga. The manga is so good that it can be used for keyframes directly. Well, fun fact there. But my point being, why is One Punch Man handled the way it is? It's not like we don't have enough material, and the story in the manga is exceptionally good. I won't spoil anything here, but as an anime watcher, you can pretty clearly see the arc Season 2 covered was actually pretty good, and did set up a lot of good stuff. And as you guys are gonna see now Season 3, this arc is pretty good too. In fact, it's arguably the best arc, or at least one of the best arcs in One Punch Man and in manga in general. You have all seen Garo, right? Everyone has seen Garo. Everybody knows who that is. So you know this thing is gonna be a big bomb. Why is it so poorly handled then? And all of this, I'm just talking... What the fuck? And all of this, I'm just talking about from, the way they're churning out the seasons. Just to put into perspective, the first season of JJK aired in October 3rd of 2020. Which is my birthday. Hey, I didn't know that. Besides the point, we are gonna have a season 3 of JJK in January of 2026. Next year. We are gonna have a season 3 of JJK in January of 2026. Less than 6 years apart. It took 6 years just for season 2 of One Punch Man to pop up. And just to put it into perspective again, JJK seasons are 24 episodes long. One Punch Man seasons are 12. Add to that, there was also a movie in between, of JJK of course. And if you have seen anything on Jujutsu Kaisen's anime, any of the seasons, you would know how absolutely gorgeous the animation is. On the other hand, episode 1 of season 3 of One Punch Man has animation so horrible they're just still frames. The most animated part of this entire episode is this clip of Garo walking. As you can see, this is quite bad. This is very, very bad. And the only other character who has good animation, consistently in fact, I mean I wouldn't call it good, but like, you get the point, it's Fubuki. Yes, you already know why she has good animation, so I'm not gonna get into that. But wait, now I get MAPPA isn't exactly the most employee-friendly company out there. Come on, man. At least take some notes. Now admittedly, the argument isn't exactly valid. At the time season 3 has been released, it has been a whopping 6 years since the last season. And a major complaint is that they had 6 years to work on what is apparently one frame. Man, I'm never making that joke again. But the thing is, and I'm sure a lot of you already know this at this point, but the biggest problem with the dip in quality between seasons is the switches in studios. Where the first season was animated by Studio Madhouse, famous for classics like Death Note and Monster, both series with amazing and masterful direction and animation, and are now animating this little-known series you must have heard called Frieren. Season 2 was animated by Studio JC Staff, the same studio behind Food Wars. And get this, Season 3 is being directed by a guy who has previously worked on hentai. Man, what is it between OPM and titties? Oh wait, I know why. Now, to be fair to the guy directing Season 2, during the research of this video, I went ahead and checked on some of his previous works, if you would like to call it that. And, get this, they're actually pretty good. I completely unironically believe if this guy had enough time, he would have done a good job. Which brings me back to the entire reason I started talking about this point to begin with. Regardless of the gap between the seasons we get, we don't actually know how long it has been since the studio... Wait, hold up. Let me check up the studio's name. Ah, we don't know how long it has been since Studio JC Staff. What? These have been sitting with this show for 6 years to give us this? I cannot fathom to understand where did it go wrong. One Punch Man is literally a tactical nuke, a bomb that could have put JC Staff on the radar of good animation studios, and they fumbled the bag pretty bad. Or even if the animation is not on the level of, like, say, Ufotable, it is still a good story that has a massive fan base. It could have bring in huge profits for the studio if they just did a normal anime adaptation, but no, they are unbelievably fucking stupid. There's no more excuses, man. These guys.